You finish a piece of fruit, maybe it's a banana, or a bowl of sliced mango, something you've always thought of as healthy. It doesn't feel like sugar, it feels natural. About 30 minutes later, you check your glucose meter. The number is higher than you expected. And that's where the confusion begins, because fruit isn't supposed to do that. There's no added sugar, no processed ingredients, just fruit. So why does the number rise this quickly? This pattern is common after 50, and for many people, it feels unexpected. This is one of the most common moments people quietly notice. A simple food, a higher than expected number. You might check again the next day and see something similar. Or you might try a different fruit and get a slightly different result. It can feel inconsistent, even unpredictable. You start wondering if it's the type of fruit, or the portion, or something your body is doing differently. We're looking for patterns, not one number. And this pattern, higher readings after fruit, is something many adults begin to notice after 50. You're not alone in seeing this. And it's not about doing something wrong. It's about understanding how the body is responding. Margaret is 62. She lives just outside Tampa, Florida. She tries to keep her meals simple. In the morning, she often reaches for fruit. It feels like a clean start to the day. Light, natural, easy. One morning, she had a banana with her coffee. Nothing heavy, nothing unusual. About 30 minutes later, she checked her glucose. That caught her off guard, because she had always thought of fruit as a safe choice. The next day, she tried again. This time, a smaller portion. The number still rose. Not exactly the same, but the same pattern. A rise that felt disproportionate to the meal. She began to wonder if her body was reacting differently now. Many adults quietly notice this same pattern, but rarely talk about it. The key mechanism behind this pattern is the type of sugar found in fruit and how quickly it is absorbed. Fruit contains natural sugars, primarily glucose and fructose. Unlike processed foods, these sugars are not added, but they are still sugars. And when fruit is eaten on its own, especially ripe fruit, digestion can happen quickly. Once broken down, glucose enters the bloodstream, and that rise can happen faster than expected. When we're younger, the body can usually handle this efficiently. Insulin responds quickly. Glucose is moved into the cells. But after 50, that response can slow slightly. Not enough to feel dramatic, but enough to show up on a meter. So now you have a situation where glucose enters the bloodstream relatively quickly, but is cleared a bit more slowly. That creates a temporary rise. Think of it like this. Your bloodstream is like a small container. If glucose is added slowly, the level rises gradually. But if it enters quickly, the level rises more sharply. Insulin helps lower that level. But if the response is slightly delayed, the peak becomes more noticeable. But here is where it becomes interesting. Not all fruit behaves the same way. Some fruits break down faster than others, and the ripeness of the fruit also matters. A ripe banana, for example, is processed more quickly than a less ripe one, which means the glucose enters the bloodstream faster. There's another way to look at this. Think of fruit like a quick source of fuel. It's designed to be used quickly. That's part of what makes it useful. But when that fuel enters the system rapidly, it creates a short-term surge. Now imagine pouring that fuel into a system that processes things slightly slower than it used to. You don't need a large amount to see a noticeable rise. That's how a reading like 148 can appear after something that feels light. It's not just the food, it's the speed of delivery and the body's response to it. And once you begin to see it this way, the number starts to make more sense. In a moment, I'll show you the exact reading that changed how Margaret approached fruit. But first, there's one final piece most people miss. The body doesn't just respond to the type of food. It responds to the context around it. Now, when Margaret saw this again, 148, she realized it wasn't random. It was a pattern. There are several factors that influence how fruit affects blood sugar. The type of fruit matters. Bananas, mangoes, and grapes tend to raise glucose more quickly than berries. The ripeness matters. Riper fruit is broken down faster. What you eat with it also matters. Fruit eaten alone tends to produce a faster rise, but when paired with protein or fat, digestion slows down. That changes the curve. Portion size plays a role as well. A larger serving can create a higher peak. Timing matters too. Eating fruit quickly can amplify the response. And the body's starting point matters. If glucose is already slightly elevated, the same fruit can push it higher. This is why the same fruit can produce different readings on different days. We're looking for patterns, not one number. Small adjustments can change how this pattern appears. Pairing fruit with protein, like yogurt or nuts, can slow digestion. Eating more slowly can reduce the speed of absorption. Choosing less ripe fruit can create a gentler response. And spacing fruit away from other quick carbohydrates can help stabilize the curve. These are not extreme changes. They are small shifts, repeated consistently, because consistency matters more than intensity. In some cases, when the body has what it needs to support normal glucose handling, these responses can become more stable over time. But the foundation is always understanding the pattern first. If you want to make sense of your own numbers, I've put this into a simple, printable protocol you can use at home. It helps you track your readings and spot patterns over a few days. Many people print it and keep it near their glucose meter. You can find it in the description below this video, or you can open it on your phone if that's easier. Take a look and see what patterns show up for you. There's one pattern in these numbers most people completely miss. I'll break that down in the next video. This video is for educational purposes only and is not medical advice. Always speak with your healthcare professional before making changes to your health routine. Margaret didn't stop eating fruit. She didn't remove it from her routine, but she started observing how her body responded. On some days, she paired it differently. On others, she adjusted the portion. And over time, the numbers became easier to understand. Not perfect, but clearer. Because this isn't about avoiding foods completely. It's about understanding how your body responds. Small changes, observed over time, not perfection. Clarity.